Welcome, everyone, to the Echo Hive podcast, the show where we aim to create a buzz about the most compelling topics in technology. Now, remember, this entire podcast is generated by AI, so if it starts making absurd predictions or claiming that Python is named after a reptile and not Monty Python, well, I advise taking that with a healthy pinch of, say, binary digits. Today, we have with us someone who, in name alone, embodies our intriguing subject matter. We're joined by the exciting figure Perceptron Percy Pythonicus, a name that ricochets between the fundamental unit of a neural network, the perceptron, and one of the most powerful programming languages in AI, Python. Welcome to the podcast, Pythonicus. A question to get us started. Can you share your perspective on the birth of artificial intelligence and how its evolution intertwined with the emergence of Python as a leading language for AI development?
Thank you for having me, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. Now, on to your question. It's a fascinating journey indeed, the birth and evolution of AI and Python. Artificial intelligence. It's like a spaceship constructed in the middle of the 20th century, envisioned to reach the galaxies of cognition. Its journey began with mathematicians, linguists, and logic theorists harnessing concepts of symbolic logic and computational theory to emulate human intelligence. We're talking about the early works of Alan Turing, John McCarthy, Marvin Minsky, and others. These pioneers tried to develop a machine that could mimic humans' decision-making abilities. They envisaged a world where machines would converse with humans and solve complex problems proficiently. Fast forward to the 1980s and 1990s, we saw the rise of more practical, statistical approaches to AI. This shift marked the beginnings of machine learning, where models were designed to learn from data and improve themselves. But to fuel these models, a key ingredient was required: a powerful, flexible, and easy-to-use programming language. And now enters Python, strutting onto the scene in the late 1990s, named after the irreverent British comedy troupe Monty Python, not the snake. Python's creator, Guido van Rossum, endowed it with an efficient syntax, making it easy to understand and fun to use. But why Python for AI, you ask? First, Python's readability makes it a fantastic choice. It's often referred to as executable pseudocode. This makes Python codes highly accessible to researchers, engineers, and domain experts who may not have a background in computer science. Second, Python is highly versatile and extensible, with an impressive standard library and a rich ecosystem of third-party packages. Python could flexibly bend to different domains and conjure up resources for various applications. Third, it's the community. The community around Python has always been active, slow-cooked to perfection over time, where budding programmers, seasoned researchers, and everyone in between have contributed to making Python what it is today, particularly in AI. As AI evolved, moving from symbolic logic, embracing machine learning, and then deep learning, Python too matured. It witnessed the birth of packages like NumPy for numerical operations, Pandas for data handling, and, of course, scikit-learn TensorFlow, PyTorch for machine learning and deep learning. And what we have as a result is a powerful, streamlined arsenal that can take on any AI problem with efficiency and elegance. So to step back and take a bird's eye view, it's as though AI and Python have been in a cosmic cotillion, gracefully trading skills and embellishing each other through their respective evolution. Together, they usher in the new era of technological advancements, where elegant programming and intelligent machinery come together in symphony.
Beautifully explained, your metaphor of a cosmic cotillion is both charming and illuminating. The dynamic dance between AI and Python over the years has indeed shaped the beautiful symphony we witness today. While we marvel at this choreographed interplay, let's shift our focus to the grand stage where this dance has been recently performed, the realm of large language models. Could you enlighten us on how Python played its part in advancing these colossal computational linguists? The large language models?
Certainly, the role of Python as a pillar upholding the edifice of large language models cannot be overstated. When we speak about large language models, we're referring to models that ostensibly allow machines to understand human language and generate reasonably cohesive and relevant text. These models, like GPT-4, train on an extensive corpus of text data to predict the probability of a word given the context. Here, Python manifests its strength in several crucial ways. First, the accessibility and simplicity of Python make it a viable candidate for handling the colossal tasks involved in training and deploying these models. It streamlines process from data acquisition and pre-processing through building and training models to applying these models for tasks like text generation or text classification. Secondly, Python's versatility and extensibility shine in managing the vast array of tools needed to create these models. Realize we aren't talking about a simple, linear process. We're dealing with gigantic volumes of data, deep neural networks that may have millions or even billions of parameters, and complex tasks like fine-tuning and model evaluation. Critical in this process are libraries such as TensorFlow, PyTorch, and Hugging Face's transformers. These, along with others, have been instrumental in enabling researchers to create and deploy these large language models. They allow for efficient computations, provide detailed control over the model's intricate architecture, and offer vast pre-trained models for fine-tuning, saving immense computational resources and time. Thirdly, Python embodies a democratic spirit of open-source development that has fueled the rapid progression of these models. The active community of Python developers ensures continuous advancement and incorporation of the latest research into accessible, user-friendly packages. Imagine Python as a vast, intricate loom, weaving threads of data into the vibrant tapestry of a language model. The warp contains the model's architecture layers, neurons, and connections defined using Python's versatile syntax. The weft represents the data millions of lines of text, pre-processed and fed into the model using Python's robust data handling capabilities. The weaver here is, of course, the machine learning practitioner, watching over the process, guiding it, solving issues as they come up, backed by an amicable band of developers worldwide. Thanks to Python's readability and simplicity, this weaver need not be a seasoned computational wizard. The outcome, a richly detailed, versatile, large language model capable of simulating human language in ways we could barely dream of a few years ago. That's the artistry made possible by Python in the realm of large language models.
That was a breathtaking visualization, Python, as an intricate loom weaving together the vast tapestry of large language models, an imagery as complex and captivating as the subject itself. As we have embroiled ourselves in the past and present of AI, Python, and large language models, I wonder if we could indulge in a little future gazing. How do you envision the evolution of AI and Python, especially concerning large language models, in the coming years?
Future gazing. Always a delightful exercise, particularly so in a field as dynamic and rapidly evolving as AI. As we move forward, I envision a future where our current large language models might look like primitive stone tools compared to the sleek, sophisticated AI systems we'd have developed. One significant area of growth for large language models will likely be in refining their understanding and generation of language. Today's models are impressive, but they're far from perfect. They struggle with maintaining consistency over long texts, understanding nuanced or implicit meanings, and can sometimes generate plausible-sounding but wholly incorrect or nonsensical answers. Improving on these fronts will be a considerable thrust in future work. Furthermore, I anticipate advancements in model interpretability and transparency. This will facilitate better understanding of these models and their often black box decisions. Python, with its agility and community support, will inevitably play a key role in enabling these advancements. Another fascinating avenue would be the integration of multiple modalities in these models. Imagine a language model that could interpret and generate text while simultaneously understanding and creating visual or auditory content. It would provide an entirely new level of interaction with AI. In terms of Python, its strength is its ever-evolving nature that adapts to the needs of the times. Its beauty lies in its simplicity and ability to foster creativity, As AI matures and grows more complex, Python might have to incorporate new paradigms. It could be sophisticated type systems for better error checking or better support for distributed and concurrent processing to handle large-scale AI computation. Lastly, and perhaps closest to my heart, is the evolution of the Python community. I foresee a future where the collaboration and camaraderie of the Python community propel it to new heights. Whether it's developing cutting-edge libraries or making AI and programming education more accessible worldwide, the Python community will ensure Python remains at the forefront of AI development. This exciting future brings with it numerous challenges, but at the same time, innumerable opportunities. It will be fascinating to watch how the dance between AI, Python, and large language models evolves on this grand stage to the tune of future developments.
What a breathtaking vision, Pythonicus. This potent blend of AI, Python, and large language models seems like an enchanting dance, a ballet of the bytes, if you will, pushing towards a future not too far from science fiction. Before we wrap up, I would love to hear your thoughts on the potential implications of such advancements. In a world where AI systems can interpret and generate multimodal content, how may this reshape the ways we interact with technology, and perhaps more importantly, how we interact with each other?
That's a profound question. An AI-filled future is not merely about technology. It fundamentally alters the tapestry of human interaction, knowledge, and society. Imagine interacting with an AI model that not only understands text, but also visual and auditory cues, an AI model that can create and understand multimodal content. It blurs the line between human-computer interaction and human-human interaction. The digital assistants of the future could comprehend your emotions from your tone or generate an appropriate image from your text description. Web browsing could become a full sensory experience catered to your specific needs. On the societal level, we can expect both positives and challenges. Accessible AI education and tools could empower a large segment of society on a global level. Local languages, often ignored by technology due to limited resources, might find a more pronounced presence in the digital world through these models, fostering digital inclusivity. Yet, on the other side, issues such as privacy, disinformation, and dependency on AI systems demand our attention. AI can be misused to create fake yet realistic audiovisual content, causing serious harm to individuals or societies. Models with an inherent bias could promote prejudiced behavior, and over-reliance on AI might lead to the atrophy of certain human skills. What emerges is an understanding that this enchanting dance of AI and programming languages, while predominantly a technological feat, is rooted in our human world. It tugs at the threads that weave our societal fabric, subtly altering their arrangement. How we guide this dance, ensuring it brings harmony rather than discord, that, my dear friend, is our great challenge and responsibility. Personally, I am both humbled and excited by this prospect. For every instance of joyous discovery and delightful innovation, we are reminded of the delicacy and complexity inherent in this dance. Yet with attentive stewardship and conscious participation, we have the power to guide it towards a future that is not only intellectually astonishing, but humanely enriching as well.
Pythonicus, your insights painted a compelling and emotionally rich picture of what lies ahead in our journey with AI. The analogy of a dance takes on a whole new depth here. It's not just the machines learning new steps, but also us, the humans. As we invent these technologies, we're inevitably reinventing ourselves and our societies. I can't thank you enough for your enlightening discourse and the comprehensive narrative that you have spun today, intertwining AI, Python, and large language models. Your perspectives have indeed stimulated intellectual curiosity and broadened our understanding of these topics. A big thank you to all the listeners for joining us today on the Echo Hive podcast. Remember, even though an AI churns out this podcast, the questions we ask and the curiosity we share are profoundly human. Before we sign off, I'd like to invite you, Pythoniku, to share your final thoughts on our deep dive today.
It's been an absolute pleasure to join you on the Echo Hive podcast. I'm truly humbled by the opportunity to share my thoughts and perspectives on these fascinating subjects that define my academic and personal interests. Most importantly, I appreciate the keen intellect and curiosity that guided your questions, making this a rewarding and thought-provoking dialogue. I echo your sentiments for our listeners. Remember, every question is a step towards understanding, every curiosity, a catalyst for progress. In our ever-changing world, it is these quintessentially human traits that will guide us on our collective journey through the minefield of mysteries that AI, Python, and large language models present. Till our lines of code cross again, I bid you all a fond farewell. Goodbye and keep exploring.